Hello, how are you doing today? I hope you're well. I hope you're having a lovely September. It's the final Wednesday of the month and it's time for me to talk about my September favourites. It hasn't been very long at all since the last favourites video, like 3 weeks, but I can't film this video next week because I have a couple of things happening. So we're getting 2 favourites videos very close together this month, but I still have some things I want to talk about. So I'm going to start with TV shows, as I so often do. Firstly, I finished Interview with the Vampire Season 2 this month. In the last favourites video, I believe I said that I preferred Season 2 to Season 1. Now that I have finished Season 2, I can confirm that that is definitely the case. And it was so exciting and dramatic and surprising at the end. I really loved it. This show has really grown on me. You know, I liked Season 1, but I feel like it's just going from strength to strength. I've now started watching My Lady Jane, which is on Amazon Prime Video, and I'm enjoying that. It's quite interesting and different. I'm only a few episodes in, but I am interested to see where the show goes. It's gone absolutely nowhere that I've expected it to so far, which has made it just a really fun watch. Now, a film this month, I watched a Korean film called Decision to Leave on BBC iPlayer. It was kind of about a detective investigating a murder, and he kind of falls for the murdered man's widow. It was a really interesting film. I loved the direction and the script. Worth checking out if you get the opportunity, I think. Now, sport. Our wonderful summer of sport ended in September with the Paralympics. I really enjoyed the Paralympic Games this year. My favourite sport is wheelchair rugby, so I watched so much of that. And I also got really into the wheelchair basketball this time round as well. So yeah, the wheelchair basketball and the wheelchair rugby were definitely my highlights of September. It was a great games. Now, a live show. I actually went to the theatre this month. I used to go to the theatre all the time, but I go far less nowadays. But I went to see the musical Next to Normal at the Wyndham's Theatre. I don't know how to describe it. It's about a family and mental health. It's quite intense. It's quite a lot, but it was a good musical. The cast were great and the music is really good. So if you don't have the opportunity to see the show, then the soundtrack is worth a listen to. I'm going to talk about a video game now. This month I have really played a lot of Baldur's Gate 3. What happened was my streamed playthrough started to catch up with my unstreamed playthrough, the playthrough that I started when I first got the game. I didn't want them to be so close together because it's a little confusing. So basically what I've done is I've spent a lot of time on my off-stream Baldur's Gate playthrough this month, and I've now raced ahead quite a bit, so I am now able to enjoy both playthroughs separately. Very much back to playing Baldur's Gate a lot and having a great time. I'm also doing another playthrough of Baldur's Gate at the moment in a group, and that's also really fun. Now, a purchase. I've got myself a little bit of a new obsession this month. I have got into Pokemon cards. If you've seen Mouse Moments this month or my streams, this will not be news to you, but I'm having a lot of fun. I have a new hobby. I now have a little Pokemon area in this bookcase behind me where I keep my cards, so that's been fun. I've sort of started collecting cards. I'm not gonna, get fully into trying to get like complete collections of certain sets or anything. I'm just kind of enjoying finding cards that I like, either because of the Pokemon or because of the art. And I've also been learning how to play the card game, and that is a really fun game. I'm hoping to build my own deck so I can play. But because of my new Pokemon interest, my favourite purchase of the month is this 151 Ultra Premium collection. This was recommended to me because the 151 set contains the original 151 Pokemon, so they were Pokemon that were most familiar to me, and I've really enjoyed this collection. There were 16 packs that I opened on a little bonus Twitch stream that was really fun, allowed me to really start off my collection with some nice cards, and I also got some other fun things in there as well, including this little deck box, which I'll be able to put the cards in when I build my deck. You know I like pastel colours and rainbows, so this is my kind of thing. And I also got this mat, which is, to use when you're playing the game. But at the moment, I'm using it in my bureau, which you used to be able to see really easily in these videos. But now that the piano is in here, you can't really tell. But there's a bureau there, and I use it as a desk. So I'm now using this in there to protect the wood, and it works very well as a mouse mat. And as you can see, it perfectly fits the aesthetic of this room, which is very white and pastel and pink and purple. So yeah, very happy. Really enjoying getting started with Pokemon. Looking forward to building my collection and starting to play the trading card game properly. And finally for this video, my favourite place of the month is Brighton Pier, specifically the arcades. On the last day of my holiday before going back to work until Christmas, I went to Brighton to go to the arcades. I haven't been in a long time, and it's the first time I've spent any length of time there. Normally I just pass through just while I'm on the pier, but this time I spent a good few hours just playing arcade games and it was really fun. I should really make more effort to go to more arcades, because every time I do go to one, I have just the best time ever. I really like the more sort of active games like basketball. I played skee-ball for the first time. Any kind of game in which you have to throw some sort of object at another object is just my cup of tea in an arcade. And I got this mug, continuing on with the Pokemon theme, with the tickets that I won from the machines. Definitely my favourite place from this month. It was a long day because it was a bit of a trek, but it was just the best. So those are some of my favourite things from September. I would love to know some of your favourite things from the month, and if you have any thoughts on any of the things I've talked about today. September's been a really nice month. We're heading towards October now. I'm in two minds about it, to be honest, because I've had a very lovely summer and now we're heading into autumn, but also I kind of like autumn. Now that I'm older, when I was a kid I hated autumn because it meant, going back to school, but now that I'm older and it doesn't really have that sort of connotation, I kind of like it because the aesthetic is nice and it's nice to be a little cozy. So yeah, let's have a lovely October. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you have a lovely rest of your week and a lovely rest of September. I'll be back soon with another video, but for now, let's move across to the end screen. If you'd like to see my latest video or some more favourites videos, then you can do that below me here. And if you'd like to subscribe to my channel or visit my website, then you can do that beside me here. And there's a link to my Patreon page in the description below if you fancy it. Take care, stay safe and well, and I will see you soon.